Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce my name Ayunda Sabillah Putri. My doctor would answer in my opinion that home study arguments make a significant contribution to the student study habits. My doctor agree with the statement that studying from home has a huge contribution to student study habits because learning from student homes has a lot of time to learn means their study hours increase by study in school, and also they will be more focused on their studies. Reading is their custom. And not only that, we can turn ourselves into critical, creative souls. Examples of trying to solve problems such as the difficult task at hand. It often comes from reading at home to reading material from the internet or growing books that make it our daily routine. As for learning from home, the student could make how comfortable he was in learning, not only tense in study, but diligent reading. It can train children's self-confidence at home or even indirectly improve their confidence because there are very few children who feel scared and embarrassed to express their opinion in class. Is the student who lets them speak, but with an online class, the takes them away through a face-to-face discussion. Learning to be more efficient when studying at an efficiency school of any sort can be achieved first in terms children's clothes certainly do not require transportation uniform, nor are they used too often. So spending less is easier to add to repeat and rotate as much as they want to. That when children don't understand, they can listen to explanation over and over again until they do. Let's say you have to study at home without a teacher's side. On the one hand, it can be a problem, especially for those of you who find it easier to master the material in person. But on the other hand, it can also be an opportunity for you to experiment for a method of study. You may even find it easier to master the material if you study in a quiet, lonely place. Make this an opportunity, not a hindrance. How many hours do you normally spend at school each day? Not to mention the bimbel you're following. The amount of time you spend studying might make time for your family is small. You have to leave in the morning and at night you're exhausted and make you decide to go to bed early. Such activities can shorten family time. Learning at home can help you spend more time with your family. You can benefit greatly from spending time with your family. In reading a psychology named Dr. Juzel Miller described some of the benefits of spending time with family. Spending time with a family increases appreciation for oneself in the child, strengthen the bond within the family. Family togetherness can help create positive behavior. The time you spend with your family can leave a beautiful memory in your mind. If your relationship with your parents has been strained, Spending time together can be one of the solutions to repair it.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Nur Fajriatul Qadri, and I disagree with Ayunda's opinion because actually students do not focus and will play more if learning from home because there is no supervision from their teacher. Yes, we know that their parents can be the supervisor, but it's certainly different if the teacher himself is watching. And also not all parents have a high education. Students also may not necessarily have educate facilities at home because in this area all people use technology, so they are learning, of course, using technology. And learning from house is also ineffective because there is no interaction between student and teachers, and also student with their friends. Students need more in-depth explanation and discussion, especially in counting lessons and lessons that are difficult for students to understand. It's certainly a concern for learning from home. Learning from home also spends a lot of time compared to studying at home at school. Students will be on the phone screen or monitor all the time, especially if students have assignment for each subject. It actually makes students don't have time to rest and also time to help their parents. Students will feel tired and depressed if they are encouraged to continue their learning and spend time to study. Students just cannot understand and digest all subjects if there are so many things they have to learn. So I really disagree if learning from home can make good our learning habit. It just make students feel depressed and maybe cannot understand what they has learned. As we know, things that make learning become a habit is to set a learning schedule, making the learning place the most comfortable place. And also, to make effective learning, there is a need for clear assignments from the teacher. A clear assignment makes student attention can be directed to specific things that need to be well learned and how to learn them. The student more attention and interest of students to work on. Learning from home takes a lot of time, so sometimes students forget time and don't eat. It actually makes students' health down. And Ayunda say that learning from home can make students think critically, but for me, it is difficult for students to think critically because to create critical thinking requires the ability to analyze, evaluate, and create. While it is difficult for students to get when learning from home, as I have explained, that not all parents have a broad understanding of the world of education, while sharpening students in critical thinking is needed a teacher as a guide. So if students have critical thinking, we have to study at school, not from home, because to study from home is difficult, and I think not all students can easy to understand what the teacher have explained. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Ifa Narwawan. I decided Nur Fajriatul Qadri opinion because I agree with studying at home because hiding clothes and a habit of its individual. Education makes every child can think critical and can learn has newly learned material by reading it over and over. Again, one of the goals education is to be able to develop the potential of faith or have the right to have independent, creative knowledge and self-confidence and study at home provide the opportunity to study on time when neglects, for example, children who perfect to study their overnight. He can be flexible in managing learning schedule and consciously learning place example in the bedroom, in the living room, the family room, which he can also use the application and have the video material in accordance with the latest curriculum. There is also trial that the child can use stream here below this. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First, my name is Faren Anggraeni. I disagree with Ifa's opinion because I do not agree with studying at home because the management of learning at home is not right, which causes students to look a critical attitude, even ways of thinking to come up with ideas that are innovative in creative nature seems slow because of the look of tutoring by teacher like at school. When children have to study at home, sometimes the biggest obstacle is look of attention from parents and look of discipline time to learn. Children will love to do others activities such as playing, using mobile phone and others. And sometimes parents are negligent and do not pay attention to learning activities for children. When studying at home, the children will not have the motivation to learn from himself. The low learning outcomes at home seen from the low criteria of competence of the child in learning at home. Usually students find difficult in several subjects, so it is assumed with the teacher at school. In general, the learning habit of children at home based on observation made that most children are lazy to do homework that has been given by the teacher. Especially with learning at home, children will be more lazy to do the tasks that have been given. face to face by the teachers, the children rarely does the tasks, especially by studying at home.